Text 3 of Nectar Instruction. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad.
Utsahad niscayad dhairyad.
prasidyati. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sanga jagat sato vete. Saribhiri bhakti prasidyati. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sanga jagat sato vete. Saribhiri bhakti prasidyati.
Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति.
Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति.
Ladies,
Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति.
Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति. Utsahad niscayad dhairyad. Tat karma pravartanat. Sangatyagat sato vritte. षड्भिर् भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति.
Utsahad by enthusiasm. Niscayad by confidence. Dhairyad by patience. Tat karma various activities favorable for devotional service. Pravartanat by performing. Sangatyagat by giving up the association of non-devotees. Sata of the great periods of chariots. By following in the footsteps. Sadhi by these six. Bhakti
Bhakti,
devotional service,
devotional service,
prasiddhyati, advances, all become successful. Translation purport by Divine Grace. 𝐶𝐸𝐺𝐢𝐳 Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. 1. Being enthusiastic. 2. Endeavoring with confidence. 3. Being patient. 4. Acting according to regulating principles, such as Sravana, Kirtana, Vishnu, Smarana, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. 5. Abandoning the association of non-devotees. And 6. Following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. This is emphatic. What is that? These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. This is full conviction. Rupa Krishna is very sure, fully convinced about what he is doing. So it is a complete assurance that by following these principles given here, Rupa Goswami, I guess I would say, on some side, there is no doubt that one will become successful in Krishna consciousness. The first item here is Utsahad, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the first principle here. Anything one wants to do, there must be some sentiment about it. Anything. If one is sentimental about book distribution, only by distributing books that one will please the Prabhupada. One does not have that spirit. They're going to Sankirtan is a joke. It's a joke. They're just going to play. But when one is very convinced and bold about it, Sankirtan book distribution is the best way to praise Prabhupada. If you're a devotee, Sankirtan, anything else is useless. That is the spirit, enthusiasm. With that motivation, one can face any obstacles very easily. One will feel very happy to do what you want to do. So Rupa Goswami, he put enthusiasm as a first item, giving us the motivating spirit. is a motivation. When you're not enthusiastic about anything, we are not going to give our best. Only when we are sure, convinced, and our spirit is very high, when you see the soldiers at the battlefield of etc. What did you see in them? They were dancing. Their hair was standing. They are going to be killed. But they were dancing. Yes, why? This is an opportunity for me, if I die, to go to the heavenly planet. They were very enthusiastic. Why? They know the goal. If I die here, heavenly planet, better facilities, better enjoyment. So, the spirit was very, very high. When the conscience was blown, we were all dancing. This spirit is necessary in Christian consciousness. It's a spirit necessary in Christian consciousness. So, Prabhupada, I studied the purport. Devotional service is not a matter of sentimental celebration or imaginative ecstasy. Its substance is practical activity. Swarupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita has defined devotional service as follows. Anya Inasita Sudya Jnana Karma Di Amrita Anukulena Krishna Anusitam Bhakti Uttam Bhakti, or unalloyed devotion to the Supreme Personality of God of Sri Krishna, involves the rendering of devotional service in a way that is favorable to the Lord. Each devotional service should be free from any extraneous motive and devoid of fruitive impersonal jnana and all other selfish desires. Bhakti is a sort of cultivation. As soon as we say cultivation, we must refer to activity. Cultivation of spirituality does not mean sitting down idly for meditation, as some judo yogis teach. Such idle meditation may be good for those who have no information of devotional service. And for this reason, it is sometimes recommended as a way to check distracting materialistic activities. Meditation means stopping all nonsensical activities, at least for the time being. Devotional service, however, not only puts an end to all nonsensical activities, but also engages one in meaningful devotional activities. So, Sri Prahlad Maharaj recommends Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada, Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasha, Sakyam, Arman, 9 processes of devotional service are as follows. Hearing the name and glories of the Supreme Personality of God, chanting His glories, remembering the Lord, serving the Lord's feet, worshipping the deity, offering obeisances unto the Lord, acting as the Lord's servant, making friends with the Lord, and surrendering oneself fully to the Lord. Sravanam or hearing is invested in acquiring transcendental knowledge. One should not give oral reception to unauthorized persons, but should approach the proper person as recommended in Bhagavad Gita, that believe can be part in Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. It is further recommended in the Bundaku Upanishad that begin our terms are good for the church. To understand that transcendental science, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. Thus, this method of submissively receiving transcendental confidential knowledge is not merely based on mental speculation. In this regard, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Bhagavad Damanda Damite Kona Bhagyavanti Guru Krishna Prasade Vaya in the course of traversing the universal creation of Brahma, some unfortunate soul may receive the seed of Bhakti, the creeper of devotional service. This is all by the grace of the Guru Krishna. The material world is a place of confinement for the living entities who are by nature Ananda Maya, pleasure seeking. Those actually, they actually want to be free from the confinement of this material conditional happiness, but not knowing the process of liberation, they are bound to transmigrate from one species of life to another, and from one planet to another. In this way, the living entities are wandering throughout the material universe. When by good fortune, one comes in contact with the pure devotee and hears from him patiently, one begins to follow the path of devotional service. Such an opportunity is offered to a person who is sincere. The International Society for Christian Consciousness is giving such a chance to humanity at large. If by fortune one takes advantage of this opportunity to engage in devotional service, the path of liberation immediately opens. One should accept this opportunity to return home back to God very enthusiastically. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Even in the material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in his particular field of activity in order to become successful. So, we mentioned without having some sentiment in what we do, will not be successful. One is enthusiastic that by performing this activity, I'm going to get a wonderful result that will make me happy. People are very enthusiastic. And for us to maintain enthusiasm, it is very important for us to know the goal. What is the goal of Christian consciousness? If we don't know the goal, our enthusiasm will not be strong, and it will not last. We can be enthusiastic for a while, but if we know the goal, we are ready to do anything that will make us achieve the goal. If we know what is Krishna, who is Krishna, what do we mean by going back to God? If we know, we will put every effort within our reach to become successful in Christian consciousness. So enthusiasm requires knowing the goal. In Christian consciousness, every devotee knows that The goal is Krishna prema. Everybody knows that, theoretically. It's a theory, in a book. If a small child in Krishna consciousness knows, he goes back home to pray, that is the goal. Please, if anyone wants to sneeze, please cover your nose. I get easily sick if somebody sneezes around. My system is weak, the immune system is weak. If someone sneezes around me, I get sick. The next minute, it's still half flu. So if someone wants to sneeze, please cover your nose. It's very. It is part of the etiquette. But of Krishna conscious etiquette. If you want to cover your mouth, you want to sneeze, cover your mouth. It's in Vaishnava etiquette. The etiquette we're following. So, yes, we're discussing enthusiasm. In my village, if someone is yawning, open their mouth, you throw some dirt. Very disciplined. They're not educated, but they know the science. So that is the beauty of Vedic culture. Vedic culture is civilized. Our present education makes people uncivilized. Have big education, have big paper, but character is missing. So enthusiasm is very, very important in our Christian life. And we're discussing the principle of maintaining enthusiasm. We should know the goal of Krishna consciousness. So we are saying that in theory we have this understanding, but come back to it. In reality, it is hard to find someone who knows truly the goal. It is hard. Why? One who knows the goal. One who knows the goal of Christian consciousness. I'll tell you, in truth, our japa will not be as it is now. I'm telling you the truth. One who is truly acknowledged, fully convinced that Christian prayer is the goal, our attitude towards Christian consciousness will be different from what we have. 100% different. We will be very, very enthusiastic. Nobody will tell you to chant. We will chant automatically. Nobody will tell you, don't associate with non-devotees. Naturally, you'll have this taste for any association, anything which will not be Christian conscious. But I went to put it doesn't hear anything. Nothing, zero. Material, zero. Why? He knows the goal. It's Christian consciousness. Christian prayer. He knows the goal. Therefore, he perfectly makes his arrangement to avoid unnecessary things. Nobody planned it for him. He planned his life because he knows the goal. He knows Christian premise. I should not hear anything which has nothing to do with Krishna. So he planned his life like that. That is a sign of a person who is really in true understanding that Krishna prayer is a goal. He has no slightly taste for anything material. Zero. Anya bilasita sunyam. Sunyam. Sunyam means zero. Zero. If you wipe the board, and something is written there. Sunya means nothing is there. Everything is completely white. That is sunya. What is white? What is zero? What is zero? Gyan, karma, and adi. Adi means other things like yoga, desire to go to heaven. These are adi, others, unnecessary things. They are 100% sealed. Sealed completely. It doesn't exist in your life. That is just not consciousness. That is pure devotional service. Uttama Bhakti. What it means. Rupa Goswami is giving us a ticket to enter into this Uttama Bhakti. It is small book. It is small book. It's small book. Sufficient to send anyone back home back to God. Small book. The content gives one breath. Content of this. See, it's small. A poison that kills someone. What is the volume of a poison that will kill someone? Poison. Very little, right? So it's not about quantity, but quality. Quality. A drop of poison can kill. So small book as it is, the small book is fully loaded with all the technologies that will send anyone back to God. So enthusiasm is maintained by a person who knows in truth that Krishna prayer is the goal of life. Going back home, back to God is a goal of life. One who knows that his consciousness, her consciousness, the body, the activities, the vision, everything will be 100% different, completely different. Our approach to every situation will be different. Because whatever we do, it is within that. The last point, the last item Rupa Goswami used here is abandoning is the fifth one. Abandoning the association of non-devotees and following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. So one will avoid anything and everything that will not remind us of Krishna. Anything which will not help us to become Krishna conscious does not exist with a devotee who knows the goal of Krishna consciousness. We have a lot of distractions in this world. Why we have a lot of distractions? Because we don't know the goal. Then we are distracted. Once the goal is known, Papa said, one will steadily but slowly traverse the path. When one knows the goal, we will steadiness, and slowly follow the path. What the goal is. So Rupa Goswami is recommending enthusiasm. We should be happy that a chance, an opportunity for us to escape the material world has been given to us. We should be happy about it. We should be happy that our material jail term has been terminated. We have been given a chance to terminate our material systems. And Vrindavan Das Chakura, he said in Chetan Bhagavad, if one fasts on 2 days, the Chandana Trayodasi and the Gaura Purnima, you will never take birth again in this material. That is Krishna consciousness. 2 days. How many days we have in the year? Huh? How many days we have in the year? Just 2. Just 2 out of that. Is it something we shouldn't endeavor for? Eh? It's not something we should put our head into it. 2 days out of the lot. Only 2 days, not 3. Just 2. Anyone is not me. The Lavanda Sakura. We know who he is. He's a pure devotee. Lord Nityananda Prabhu is pure as his favorite disciple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave his remnant to his mother. So Vrindavan Das Thakura is a remnant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Blessing. It's a remnant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's blessing. He is giving the blessing. Anyone who fasts on 2 days, Chandana Trayodasi and what will happen?
You will not take birth in it.
For eternity, there is no birth. Finish. You still want to be here in this material world? Are we not tired? Huh?
Yes.
Are we tired or?
Yes.
No, you're not sure. You want to go to sit in a boring class for the whole day? It's not boring to go and sit in to learn how plant grows. What is the sense in that? If you learn, you don't learn the plant is growing. So why should I waste my time to go and sit down? It's not boring. Is it not? Our studying will make the plant to grow or not to grow? Eh?
No.
No. So why we waste our time for that? And you pay money for it. To waste your time, you pay money. Just see, material energy is cheating us so much. And nobody sees it. Nobody sees how material energy is cheating us. So, Vrindavan Das Thakura, our chariots, they are giving us this opportunity. Just 2 days. Finish. Finish. I will not pray for the day to cancel. Eh? I will not pray for it. Is it tomorrow? That is enthusiasm. That's enthusiasm. We should be enthusiastic for the opportunity which is given to us. That's enthusiasm. I want to take full advantage of what is given. That's enthusiasm. That spirit is necessary. It should go with every service that we do in Christian consciousness. Our approach in Christian consciousness should be conducted with enthusiasm. I want to leave this material world. This is a chance for me to leave this material world with all the varieties of sufferings. This is the last chance. They should be enthusiastic. Should be enthusiastic to do that. So Prabhupada is saying that even in the material world, enthusiasm is necessary. Not only in spiritual life. So how much more we should be enthusiastic in our own Christian consciousness, which is the highest. The highest. Materialistic people are very enthusiastic for their sanctification. And for that, they can do anything. They can do it. So, how much should we be enthusiastic in our own life, Christian consciousness? Because we know this is secret opportunity. And Prabhupada said, one should accept this opportunity. See, Prabhupada said what? Christian consciousness is what? An opportunity. One should accept this opportunity to return home back to God very enthusiastically. Even without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Why? Why not? What is the mysticism in being enthusiastic? What is the mysticism? What is the power in being enthusiastic? One will not see any challenges as an obstacle. An enthusiastic person will never see challenges as an obstacle. Enthusiastic person will see challenges as an opportunity to express our gratitude. So, obstacles will be a wonderful opportunity, a chance. And it's a sign for us to show how we appreciate the opportunity given to us. That's enthusiasm. It becomes an intoxicant. So we need enthusiasm and intoxication to be successful in our Christian consciousness. Even in a material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in his particular field of activity in order to become successful. Yes. I met one lawyer. I keep remembering him because I was looking at him and I was thinking, I wish I have this enthusiasm. Yes. Every word about him is quoting his book about his law. everything about him. For a few minutes I spent with him. We used to do some service in his school. That's like what to be. Very, very enthusiastic in this field. So my man was thinking, but I don't have enthusiasm like this. Because how this man is very enthusiastic like this? Because he knows making money from it. That's the goal of his business. That is making him enthusiastic. He has full knowledge about the end result of his activities. He will get money. Making the money, therefore is very enthusiastic. He's calculating. He's calculating. So we should be enthusiastic. I should get up early and do my job. I should be very eager to hear. I should be very eager to have association with devotees who will help to facilitate my Christian consciousness. This is required. Yes. A student, businessman, business lady, artist, or anyone like that, just of the lawyer. Lawyer, or anyone else who wants success in his life will be enthusiastic. That is what makes people to think my part is the best. That's enthusiasm. My part is the best. If your part is not the best, why are you there? You're there because it's the best. That should be our consciousness. The path I'm following is the best. My Christian consciousness is the best. Then we will be very, very enthusiastic practicing our Christian consciousness. Those are separate and the best. This is a part that will take me completely out of material resistance. I'm not going to suffer again. And June got to know that the solution to his problem is with Krishna. How was Arjun's mood? How was Arjun's mood when he got to know that the solution to his problem is in Krishna's hand? He was very enthusiastic to hear Krishna. Because of the enthusiasm, he didn't sleep. The same with Parishma, he didn't sleep. He was active, very attentive. 30 minutes. Arjun got what the Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses, and he said, realized. That is the mysticism in enthusiasm. 700 verses for 30 minutes, realized, fully. When Krishna asked him, did you listen to me with attentive mind? Arjun said, yes, I did. What's the proof? My illusion is gone. My weakness disappeared. By a costless mercy, I have regained my strength. So Krishna says, so now what do you want to do? I'm ready to do whatever you tell me to do. It's enthusiasm. Anything you tell me, anything I will do. Why? He is in full knowledge of the goal. I will do anything you tell me. I'm ready. This is a person who dropped his Kaniba, I'm not going to fight. Now he's very, very eager to fight. He's ready. Enthusiasm. Why? He knows it. He knows. Everything has been given to him. So he knows. This is my chance. So he listened to Krishna. There is no question of, I didn't hear this. He had everything complete. If one is not the opposite is, if one is not enthusiastic, how long this class will finish? Time is for prasad. I have so many assignments today. This is the result of, yes, enthusiastic. The mind will take us to many places and make us to forget the most important thing. So we need to be enthusiastic in our Krishna consciousness. Then the next item Krishna discussed is niscayad. Niscayad. Confidence. Confidence. The confidence here is not on our strength. The confidence is on the strength of Krishna. But if I follow Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of God, I will be successful. This confidence is necessary. I will be successful because Krishna has no equal. He has no second. There is no competitor. Zero. He is telling me that if I follow this, I will attain him. We should have confidence. Stay confident. And yes, this process of Christian consciousness will help me, like we just had. When that say 2 days, will not take birth again. We should have confidence in that, in the word of our child. Because why we should have confidence in our child's word, in Krishna's word? Why we should have confidence? Krishna is the supreme personality of God. He is the source of everything. Not only that, He is our only true well-wisher. The only true well-wisher, only true friend. In this material world, our material relationship will disappoint us. All material relationship will disappoint us. All. Our relationship with Krishna will never disappoint us. Never. To eternity. Our friendship with Krishna will never be disturbed. Never be cut off at any time. It's eternal. So once you have this confidence, he's my only true friend. And because he's my only true well-wisher, whatever he said or do to me is for my benefit. It's for my benefit. What will Krishna gain by cheating me? What Krishna will gain by cheating me? What will he gain? Is there anything he's looking for me that he will cheat me to get? So, he's my well-wisher. Therefore, I should believe him. I should have confidence in what he's telling me. And looking at the history, Krishna, Bhagavad chapter 4, text 10. Krishna referred Arjuna. What I'm teaching you, I have done for previous personalities before you. They all attained pure love. Why Krishna is telling Arjuna this? If you follow, you also attain the same destination. The same thing there. The same thing. So Krishna is referring to give us assurance. Otherwise, maybe am I the first student? Has anyone graduated from this university and became successful? Can I see it? If you can say, oh, okay, let me go. But if you are the first person to be used for experiment, you have to be careful. If the experiment, all experiment may not come out successfully. It's an experiment, means you want to try and see how the result. May be good, may not be good. But this is not experiment. 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐭𝐢 Swami, he used the word dhairyad. Dhairyad means it is concluded. Like a bit from Mundaka Upanishad here. Yes. 𝐒𝐰𝐴𝐵𝐺𝐻. This word, 𝐒𝐰𝐵𝐺𝐻 means it is compulsory, not optional. There is no experiment. It is not if I like or if I don't like. No, it is compulsory. What is compulsory? Accepting the shelter of the spiritual master is compulsory. Like you give a certificate and there is a seal on it. Means what? If there's a seal on a certificate, means what does it mean? Authorized. It's authentic. You can take it anywhere. This is the seal. This is the seal. 𝐒𝐰𝐵𝐺𝐻 is a seal on our Christian conscious life. Taking shelter of the spiritual master. It's a seal. 𝐒𝐰𝐵𝐺𝐻, it is compulsory that one must have a shelter of a spiritual master. Because he will not cheat us. He's a representative of us. He will not cheat us. So we have confidence. We should have confidence. If we don't have confidence, Krishna already told us about it. those who are doubtful, those who are doubtful, those who are faithless, they have no existence. They don't have existence. Those who are doubtful and those who are faithless, they don't have existence now or in the future. So confidence is necessary when we are sure of what we're doing. I'm not sure that Krishna is the supreme presence of our head. His pure representatives, both of them are our well-wishers. They would never disappoint us. So we should have confidence in them. We should be confident. And looking at history, the Krishna is telling you, you'll see people in the past. So he's not cheating. He's not cheating. A cheater has no reference. No reference. They're afraid to who? You cannot call the person you cheat to come and give evidence. And what do you call it? If you're a cheater, will you call someone to come and, people whom you have cheated, to come and testify that you are a bona fide person? I would say, no, you cheated me. So one will call only those whom we have treated nicely to testify that yes, I went to this doctor, he cured me. So if you go to him, he will cure you also. So Krishna and his pure representatives are our true well-wishers who will never cheat us. Therefore, should give our confidence to them. Should give our confidence to them. Because, and Prabhupada said in the Gita 4:34 purport, so spiritual masters should be accepted in full surrender. They should be accepted in full surrender. Because if we are not surrendered to them, it's like Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, why would Krishna be obliged to us? Why? What is compelling Krishna to be obliged? If you are not under someone's shelter, the person doesn't have responsibility over you. You know? It is someone's responsibility only when you have surrendered your life to the person. Then it is the responsibility of the person. Even in the ordinary world, in the mundane world, if you surrender yourself to the person, you cannot be killed again by that person. You cannot. Because now you are his subject. Even demons, they won't kill you because you are surrendering yourself. So if we give ourselves to pure devotees representing Krishna, we should give that fully, no reservation. If there is reservation, we will not get everything. Krishna consciousness requires 100%. So Krishna used the word Mam Ekam. Mam Ekam means only me. Only me. It is appropriate for Christians to say that. It's appropriate for him to say that because he has no second. It's only me. If there is reservation, it's an offense to Krishna. It's an offense. Why is it offense? Is there any person we are equating with Krishna? Any person who can equate with Krishna? No. So the reservation is for who? Whom are we reserving something for? If nobody is a competitor of Krishna, then there shouldn't be reservation. So give our confidence to Krishna. He will not disappoint us. He will never disappoint us. Krishna will never disappoint us. And his pure representation will never disappoint us. So Rupa Goswami said confidence. Confidence. If we are not sure of what you are doing, it is certain that you are not going to give in your best. It is sure. You don't give the best. Why should I give you my best? if I'm not sure. Suppose it is a failure, and I have invested the whole of my money in the business. What will happen if it's a failure? What will happen? I'm devastated. Life is finished. But in Krishna, that chance is zero. It's not there. Because he's the ultimate supreme presence of Godhead. Our supreme, eternal, only true well-wisher. So we give him our confidence. And then he will handle our case. And gradually send us back home. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyaman Ji. This is agreement. This agreement. Guru Krishna Prasade via Bhakti. Krishna sent Brahmanda, Brahmite. Brahmanda, this world, this universe, or the universes. Buddha Praliyate, we are being like a lift. Say lift, what does it do? The lift goes up and comes down. Buddha Praliyate, we have been going, coming, different species. When one becomes fortunate, when does that happen? And how does it happen? Guru Krishna Prasad. Guru Krishna Prasad. When living entity is crying, why am I suffering like this in this material world? Why there is no hope? No hope anywhere. Every direction we turn to this material world is dark. That time, Krishna was saying the pure devotee. And the pure devotee will meet us. Don't you see? Prabhupada did. Who knows Prabhupada before he came to establish his work? Who knows him? Eh? Who knows Prabhupada was existing? Prabhupada was existing. Who knows him before? He's gone. Nobody knows. He just appeared. Oh, okay. They come from Krishna. He's just appeared. That is Krishna's message. He sent him down. And he came. He introduced Krishna consciousness. Like a fisherman. The fisherman will throw the net. And the net will do what? Catch the fish. So Prabhupada drew the net and all the fishes. Prabhupada has captured you. Because you have cried. You have cried, Krishna. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. You came here because you have cried for Krishna. Don't forget this. Don't think that you're just here wasting your time. Don't think like that. You have cried. We have forgotten. You have cried. Those who have not cried, they are not here. We are not the only living entities. We are here because we have cried. And Krishna has made arrangement. Whichever way, Krishna brought us to Krishna consciousness is glorious. It's glorious. So we have come here because we have cried. And Krishna had our cry. The Supreme Father. Very mighty, very merciful, very merciful, very kind. So he sent the pure go and meet them. The Prabhupada capture. What's Prabhupada doing with us? Utsahad, niscayad. What is he doing? What is Prabhupada doing? Training us to be sent back to Krishna. It's a teamwork. Guru Krishna Prasad. It's a teamwork. They're working together to redeem us. That's the business of an acharya. To train us. He's not on his own. Krishna sent him here. So he brings his business by training us. And after training, he will send us back to Krishna, see your people. That's his business. This is what is happening. Please try to understand this. We are here not by accident, not by chance. It is willful desire. The Lord came here. And we are here. It doesn't matter if we have forgotten. But the truth is that we have cried. And Krishna has responded to us by giving this opportunity, Krishna consciousness. So we take full shelter. Let's take full shelter of this one. And perfect our life. So that is niscayad. Then, dhairyad. Dhairyad means patience. Patience. Who want to go back to Godhead now? Who want to go now? Thank you. Rupa Goswami said. Is it, discouragement?
No.
Is it not? He said no. I want to go now. And he said, wait. Wait for what again? What should I wait for? What should I wait for?
Right time.
Yes, we need to be trained. We need to be trained how to behave there. Right? If you go there now, how will you behave? Do we know their language? Do we know their language? Yeah. You know how they behave there? Do we walk like them? Do we speak like them? No. The Brahma said, there, our word is what? Song. So what will be their singing? What will be their singing?
Complain.
Yeah?
Complain.
No. In Goloka, their words is song. What about their singing? So, if speaking is so sure like a song, what about when they sing? So, can you imagine how it would be? Can you imagine? That is far out. That is far out. That is where we want to go. Therefore, there's a need. There's a need for reformation. There's a need for transformation. We have to be trained to align our consciousness with Goloka consciousness. So Rupa Goswami said, let us wait for that. You should not think that we are not jump there, but there's no imperfection there. Imperfection is zero. Yesterday I said that. Nirasta kuha kam satam param dhimohi. Nirasta kuha kam. Nirasta kuha kam. Means what is happening here is zero. 100% zero there. Our imperfections or limitation is zero there. There. Nothing from here is there. Completely different. Sakarika and Prabhupada Goswami described. there is no gray hair. There's no gray hair. Why? Nobody grow old there. Nobody grow old there. Everybody is youthful. You want to stay here and get old and suffer old age? Eh? Want to suffer old age here?
No.
You want to go? Yes, try to go there. That is the place. Let's go. So Rupa Goswami and all his representatives have the responsibility to train us, to put us in a good shape. And we ought to have their language. You have to speak like them. You have to think like them. You have to see things the way they see. There is no groupings there. Material groupings there. It doesn't exist there. Everything there was transcendental. Everybody live for each other. You will live like that here in the material world? No. We're individual. But there, everything is together. So, Rupa Goswami is not discouraging us when he said, be patient. We should be patient. We should be patient because we have accumulated so much garbage in our consciousness. So much is in
Conscious.
very, very deep. Very deep. How do we explain that? Look at our taste in Christian consciousness. Is it strong? Why? Because of sense gratification. Because of sense gratification have made our senses very dull. So you need to be purified. That purification is what we call Krishna consciousness, sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti. It is necessary. Sadhana is a foundation. That is the most important thing in our life, sadhana. How we are doing our sadhana will determine how long it will take us before going there. Not by appointment. What is my taste in chanting, in hearing, in reading, in serving, in association? What is my taste? We should look at it every day. Look at it every day. If you have a shop, yes, we have a lot of goods selling there. What do you do every month and or every year? What do you do? Huh? Yes, you check. You check. What is the profit? What is the loss? What area need to be improved? Why there is loss? What need to be improved? Do you know?
Yes.
Stock taking is necessary, materially and spiritually. But a Krishna devotee doesn't do that because you think you are transcendental. Transcendental is not now. Transformation is now. We should work on transformation. Transformation will bring transcendence. Now in transformation. So Rupa Goswami is teaching us, wait, because the transformation is not now. So we should be patient to undergo this process of transformation. It's necessary. It's necessary. Not a discouragement. It's the reality. He's teaching the reality. We have lost our right lost it long time. So now we wait when Krishna is pleased with us. When Krishna is satisfied with us. When Krishna is satisfied, is pleased by looking at our activities in Krishna consciousness. How are we practicing our Krishna consciousness? But what mood? In the introduction, Prabhupada said, very, very wonderful. Everybody should remember this. Everybody should remember this. This is the motto. This is the motto. It is here. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on attitude of effort. That's a very powerful thing. It's very powerful. This alone is sufficient to make us enthusiastic. If you really understand this. Yeah? Advancement depends on my attitude. Attitude. How is my approach towards the practice? What is my approach? Am I looking at the Christian consciousness? A system full of rules and regulations, full of insecurity, or full of unnecessary things, and harassment, and a process that minimizes your exalted position? No. No. That is not it. Patience. But the next thing, next item is karma. Acting according to regulated principles such as Saravana, Kirtana, Vishnu, Smarana, Para, etc. These are the 9 processes to follow. We have great personalities that represent this in 9 processes. We have all the heroes. All the heroes, beginning with hearing. Was he able to hear attentively? Why was he able to hear attentively?
Because he was very
He understand the emergency of the situation.
You understand the emergency? He knows it is
His situation was very intense and provoking.
the situation very intense. Many people, if they hear some years ago, there's one religious organization, Jehovah's Witness. Jehovah's. They decided false propaganda. The world was going to end. The world was going to end. And what people started doing? What did they mean? They started indulging in so many sinful activities. They want to spend all the money accumulated. They want to spend it before they die. See? Vaishya Maharaj did like that.
He left everything.
He left everything. So my question was, why was he able to hear attentive? That was my question.
He started watching.
Limited time. Because he has limited time. He has only 7 days.
I just give an example. People, they were told that the world is going to end. So they started engaging in so many simple activities.
Because
He was getting
he was the
big
guy.
joy.
Because he was free from everything, but he didn't have.
His mind was
Oh, he knew that he had to go back to
Thank you. Thank you. Parikshit Maharaj, I mentioned Arjun and I mentioned Parikshit Maharaj. That's why I'm asking you. Because I want to know our enthusiasm here. Parikshit Maharaj, yes, he has the same problem with those people had, and they were getting in simple activity, but he was not engaging in simple activities. He seriously took to what is the solution for a person who is about to die. What is the solution for a person who is about to die? And when he got to know that this person is a solution, he gave his best to him. Gave his confidence. The same with Arjuna. I didn't got to know that Krishna is a solution to the problem he's having. He gave him completely to Krishna. That's how he was able to hear attentively. They were able to do this. The same with Parikshit. He knew 𝐂𝐤𝐴 Swami is a solution to my problem, so he gave him full attention. It's not about death. The solution. He knows the solution. It's coming from this person. Then he gave his best to it. So when we know the goal, it is necessary that we give our best also to it. That's a secret. So we learn from this secret. Yeah, so he is successful in hearing. Who is successful in chanting? 𝐂𝐤𝐴 Swami. He chanted tirelessly, purely from the heart. Remembering? He has a strong confidence. He has full confidence in Lord Mantra, in Lord Nrsimha. Prahlad was not just philosophically confident in Nrsimha. He was seeing the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj have seen Nrsimha before he appeared on the pillar. When Nrsimha came to, if you have visited Visakhapatnam, we have visited Visakhapatnam. Went to Nrsimha. Yes. Yes. So when you were thrown off there, Nrsimha came. So he told Nrsimha, I heard that you killed my uncle. I didn't know that. Can you show me that also? Can you show? So there you see, the deity has two faces. Nrsimha, Bharadali. So brother have seen Nrsimha. His confidence is not just theoretical. It's just philosophical. He's real. He has seen the Lord. So such confidence they are true, bona fide. Very strong, because they are realized. Therefore, he's very confident in the protection of the Lord. So, he remembered the Lord perfectly, and God protected him. Service, 7 the lotus feet. 7 the lotus feet. Para 7. That's me, Devi. Worshiping the deity? Huh? Uttahad. Offering obeisances unto the Lord. Offering obeisances. Akura. Offering prayers. Acting as the Lord's servant. It's my hero. Making friends with the Lord. Be great. And surrendering oneself fully to the Lord. Ambarish Maharaj is describing Bhagavad Gita as Madhparabhakta. Is Madhparabhakta. So, we are indebted to all these personalities to help us, who are helping us in our Christian consciousness. We have examples, so we are not beginning anything. They have already done everything. We simply have to follow them. The next item is abandoning the association of non-devotees. Because it is contamination. There's nothing more than contamination. Non-devotees. We will know we are making an advancement if we are not appreciating non-devotees' lifestyle, their sinful life. We're not appreciating their sinful life. It's not how we're making advancement. If you're still appreciating, we see non-devotees, they are gratifying their senses, and we think, oh, maybe I'm missing Christian consciousness, they will not allow me to do this. But see how they enjoy their. What is wrong with this? Is there no enjoyment in Christian consciousness? Christian consciousness is full of enjoyment. It's not. You know the greatest sins gratify us? The greatest, the total sins gratify us. Huh? Devotees. In the whole world, you have something like this. The whole world. See, look at the altar. In the whole world, do you have something beautiful like this?
No, nothing.
Are we not the best? See, there's the best way to gratify the eyes. Nothing compared to it. Look at your prasada. Look at the holy name. So sweet, I enjoy that. Look at each other's faces. Look at it. Sweet. Look at Kalmi's faces. So we should not appreciate it. We know we can advancement. We have these wonderful facilities. Look at the scripture. See, so sweet. Isn't it? Sweet. We have all the sweetest things. Madonna. Nothing compared to that. The Christian is the emperor of sweetness. And devotees is devotees. Yeah, what about the devotees? They are part of the enjoyment. Okay, the last one is Saturday, falling in the footsteps of the previous chariots. So, what is the meaning of that? So, follow the footsteps. Now, I should chant like Dhira. So, don't live in a cave with a snake. 𝐷𝐵 is saying in a cave with this snake, deadly poisonous snake. It was analyzed by an astrologer that snake, just not the bite, just stay very close to that snake. Very, very dangerous. And that's what I was saying. We were living there in the same cave with that snake. So, should we do like that now? Santo Brite. You know? No, that we cannot do. But there's something we can do. What is the mood of Haridas Japa? His mood in Krishna consciousness. That we can do. We can cultivate that. He sees the holy name as not different from Krishna, and he sees the holy name as his life and soul. He sees the holy name as his friend. So he has an intimate relationship with the holy name. Very, very intimate. That you can follow. Look at the six Swamis. They are very, very fixed in their Krishna consciousness. Very fixed. Very, very fixed. 24 hours. Fixed Krishna consciousness. Yeah, talks, yeah, everything is centered within Krishna. And they very much appreciate each other. Services, appreciate each other's association, each other's Christian consciousness. They very much appreciate that. There's no ambiguity, there's no antagonistic mentality between them. They are very, very, very friendly with everyone. They are friendly with everyone. They practice their Christian consciousness with great determination. So this we can follow. We can follow this. Follow them, look at their lifestyle, look at their austere life. We may not do up to them, but at least we can do something. Kadasi, Jalmasi, Nityananda Trivatasi. Gaura Purnima, the single sacrifice. See, Ramnani. All these things will be something for me. Something. Our Krishna consciousness will be very sweet to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for the class. My question about the confidence to Krishna. For example, Draupadi and all Pandavas, they met so much troubles in their life, and Krishna always was around and he was helping them. But on the Kurukshetra, all her sons, they died. So how to understand this point that sometimes Krishna is protecting us and sometimes he is allowing us to suffer. And in Bhagavatam also he is saying like, if I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken man abandon him. In this way he suffers one distress after another. I mean, you're saying that he is our best friend, but if we are not ready for suffering, how we can still have confidence?
All right, thank you. Nice question. Yes, when I favor someone, I will make that person lose everything. What are we losing? All varieties of our sinful life, sinful nature. All varieties of different ways of our sinful life, Krishna will take all of them away. Very much Krishna. Because all the facilities we have, what are we using them for? For devotional service? No. We are using them for sin education. So Krishna will take all of them away. That is His mercy to stop us from sinful life. And what will He do? He will replace it. Krishna will replace that with the ticket to go back to the right. So you will see that Krishna does not do that to everybody. He doesn't do that to everybody. He does it to only selected few whom He wants to send back to God. Only those whom He wants to send back to God, that He will put them in such a situation. They have no chance to commit sin. So that the one we have already done, Krishna will take time to purify us. And when that is finished, back on back to God. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? That is His message. It's better for us to understand what was happening with the Pandavas. Hanuman said, the sufferings of the Pandavas was Krishna's mercy advertising the level of their patience. Krishna is advertising the whole world, the level of their patience, the level of their tolerance. Krishna used them to show us how tolerant, how patient, how determined, how serious they are in Krishna consciousness. That all that happened to them, their faith in Krishna never for a moment slightly changed. Never. Their faith in Krishna continued to increase. Never shifted for a moment. So Krishna is using His pure devotees to teach us. We have been saying, Krishna will never use conditioned soul to represent Him because he will not succeed. You don't have the strength to represent Him. They will succeed because they have the strength. So, Hanuman is speaking, and he told Narada, I don't have the mercy of the Lord. Those who have the mercy of the Lord are the Pandavas. They have the Lord. The sages are in the forest trying to capture Lord Krishna. But householders, the Pandavas, they live in the house. Krishna did not go to the forest. Krishna lived with the same gratifier, householder Pandavas in their palace, exactly as it is in the Bible. What is that? Look at the Pandavas. They live in the palace. Means what? Who lives in the palace? Poor man. Who lives in the palace? Same gratifier. Who live in the forest? Sages. But Krishna lived with the Pandavas in the palace, not the sages in the forest. What does that mean for us? What does that mean? They are superior to the sages in the forest. They exalted. Their love can detain Krishna. The love of the Pandavas can detain Krishna. But the sages doesn't have the potency to detain Krishna. But the Pandavas can detain Krishna. When Krishna wanted to leave Yudhishthira said, please don't go now, stay more days. Krishna said no. Krishna said no.
No.
He stayed. Krishna stayed. That is the exaltedness nature of the Pandavas. So what we see is external. The reality is reserved for only sincere devotees to see. Yesterday I was mentioning about the lovely dealing Krishna was having with Arjuna for 18 days. Yesterday? Right? Did you hear this? I was just covered that. Not yet.
It was house program. At the house program.
Okay.
No.
Yes. That's the lovely dealings Krishna is having with you. You don't see that with. So Hanuman told Malamuni, let me tell you, I'm a first class brahmachari, you first class brahmachari, and also the Kumaras, first class brahmacharis, but we are nothing compared to the Pandavas who are householders. Don't ever in your mind, even in a dream, think about them as ordinary people. The Pandavas. That is the position. Hanuman is not the position of the Pandavas. They accepted the kingdom only because Yudhishthira Maharaj knew this is a chance for me to expand Krishna consciousness. They didn't accept the kingdom because they want kingdom. They don't want it. They have nothing to do with kingdom. But because it is devotion and service for Krishna, they accept it. The Pandavas. So we see their difficulties. Let us also look at within the difficulties, what is their consciousness? They are in bliss as a result of their Krishna consciousness. So, we also saw some devotees like Sukhambara Brahmachari, Sudama, the Brahma, Krishna's friend, went to see Krishna in Dwarka, became opulent, but before that it was extremely poor. We see 𝐂𝐦𝐴𝐺𝐷𝐿, very extremely poor, very, very poor. Krishna told Sukhambara Brahmachari, when you go for begging, that is seeking, and I follow you behind. You can follow Kamsa behind?
No.
And Krishna took the cheap rice he was having in his bag, like he did in Dwarka. Very simple. Krishna took rice from him and ate it. Is that how you offer a bhoga to Krishna? No regulations? Right? Is that how you offer a bhoga to Krishna here? You have many mantras to chant there.
Yes.
And if you don't be by chanting any mantra, Krishna can say the cheap rice. Krishna took directly. There's no mantras, no mantras, nothing. Only love. And Krishna goes every day to 𝐂𝐦𝐴𝐺𝐷𝐿's house. And they will fight. Every day they will fight. 𝐂𝐦𝐴𝐺𝐷𝐿 said, if my goods are too expensive, go and buy from other places. No, I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to buy from anybody. I don't want to give up a customer like you. Which customer he is? Pure devotee. Pure devotee customer. That relationship you don't find it with somebody. So we should see what is happening, not to the external things. The external things is there to cheat non-devotees. To cheat the non-devotees. The main thing is different. So when we are fortunate, we ought to have the eye to see beyond the externals. All right? Make sense? last question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for class. Maharaj, you told about enthusiasm. We can understand the enthusiasm in activity in which we are getting some result. A materialistic person enthusiastic because he illusion that he will enjoy. Maharaj, when we know that in the process of sadhana bhakti that we will get purified, the dust of that room will again accumulate and we will see more anartha within us. So how we get enthusiasm to clean that anartha more and more?
Get enthusiasm because we know Krishna is our true friend. So whatever is happening now is for purification. So let us continue to push. The goal is different from what we are experiencing. Before one becomes an important personality, you must have suffered. You know? Nobody just becomes somebody without suffering. Before you become an important person that people will admire, you have suffered. You know? So, for us to become somebody, we have to pay the price. But because we know that the goal is heavy, so we are ready to pay the price, any amount. That is enthusiasm. Nice.
You have said that Jnana, Karma and Dhiran, we should completely sear off in Krishna consciousness. We have to sear off Jnana, Karma and Dhiran for Krishna consciousness. But I am not clear with Jnana. If I have no Jnana, then how will know about the Krishna consciousness?
Alright, good. We, Swami say when we engage in Krishna consciousness, when we take to devotional service, we will develop knowledge and detachment. So if we develop knowledge and we hang on there, we're not Bhaktas, we're Jnanis. So if the knowledge comes and we engage that knowledge in serving Krishna, that is Bhakti. That's Bhakti. Make sense?
This means we should have knowledge
To serve Krishna better. We get knowledge to serve Krishna better. And by serving Krishna better, the knowledge of gotten from the scripture become bhaktas, not Jnanis.
One more question. You have said that if we try, that there is no hope all around in this material world, so Krishna come to us or send a devotee to us to help us. But it is said that if we become a devotee, it is also surprise to Krishna. So if we become a devotee, it is surprise to Krishna that I become a devotee.
I don't know that. Krishna is expecting us to go back to him. Krishna is expecting all of us to go back to him. So, he will feel happy to go back to Krishna presence. He will feel happy. That is my understanding. Krishna feel happy that we are taken to Krishna consciousness. And then he's the one who sent somebody to come and meet us. And then when he's the representative get us and he's training us. So he knows. He knows that they are doing continent. And he sent him back to me after training. He's happy. He's happy that we've gone back to him. Instead of wasting our time here and suffering or nothing. He's happy to get us back to him.
Means he is not surprised about if we accepted Krishna consciousness.
No,
because we are not supposed to be in Krishna consciousness if we can.
We should be devotee. We are naturally devotee. That is our natural devotee. So if we are getting back our forgotten selves, we will be happy. Don't be surprised, we will be happy.
One last question from last session. Maharajji, when we are in association of devotees, then actually we have many impurities. So what happens that we don't face those problems that will invoke that impurity to be in action of our. So, but when for a long time, if we in association of devotee, then that impurity don't come out, and we think that impurity is going down and finishing. But when it is happening that when we face some situation, that will actually invoke that impurity to come out in action. So that again comes back, such as a situation that something happened that make me anger, and we are ready to fight. Like how you say this is illogical, something like, or we ready to fight actually. But for last 1 year, if we are in association of devotee, there is no situation that make us anger or ready to fight. That is cooperation. But we are in means that is covered, actually covered. That this impurity is gone, but actually that is under us. So how to know that that impurity has eradicated or still within us? And how to finish?
While we are practicing, so after we study and study and study, one day it will be examination, right? So when you have a devotee, you are studying. One day, then the examination will show what you are practicing. See, you know that it is gone. It is not gone. If it is gone, it will not manifest anything. Not that someone today is pure, tomorrow is not pure. No, we are pure. Totality. So the exam shows what we have been practicing since. That we are suppressing it. And when the chance comes, it will manifest. So it has been there, not that it is gone. It has been there.
Means we should sometimes go outside the association of devotee to test.
Devotees, they know the philosophy. We should not be antagonistic to any devotee. We should be respectful. So devotees are doing that. Even they see something wrong, they will pretend and keep quiet. But a non-devotee will bring it out. And immediately, how you say this to me? That's the examination.
Thank you, Raj.
Yes, Raj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for explaining very nicely. I like the explanation of enthusiasm when you were telling. When we are enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness, then we have very different vision to see everything. We will not be the same person, our japa will be different. And even amid of all distractions, we will be very, very focused. We will be very easily able to avoid everything unnecessarily engagements and prioritize Krishna everywhere. And then you give a very nice example like how a lawyer who is earning money is so much enthusiastic. Maharaj, I had a question, just I wanted to request you. Like, we know theoretically, at least I know theoretically that the Krishna Prema is the goal of our life. But we don't have like some kind of, like, which we can experience it or like something, okay, what we are going to get. Money when person gets, then he understands what he is going to do with that. But we don't have something like which we can experience with the Krishna Prema, because of which we lose our vision to the goal and our enthusiasm don't go for a long time. So, how we can at least have the theoretical knowledge what we have, that come to something so that we can go lifelong enthusiastically into devotional service.
Don't you feel satisfied? Don't you feel satisfied, Krishna consciousness?
Yes, Maharaj.
What is that? This is not the material world. This is not the. But you have, that is the sign. I'm making some advancement towards the goal. There are certain things which we are addicted to before, but that addiction is not as much as before. So something is going on. Something is going on. The tension, anxiety, where the frustration was there, and whatever, we are struggling with it. Even though there's something that's basically solid, distressful situation. When you take to Krishna consciousness, that burden has been taken away. It's not there. Because someone is responsible for that. Before we are our own. But now Krishna is handling that. Truly is the representatives, they're taking of all that. So, we are happy that we're making some progress in Krishna consciousness. The sign of complete freedom is by the present situation we are in. So we know that, yes. We can also see from history, from our acharyas, the satisfaction we have in life. So it's not fiction. We're not talking about the personality of the Swami here. It's fiction. They're real. They're persons, they existed physically. They lived their life here. So satisfied, so happy. So that is not false. That is real. The heart is becoming pacified. Because of the Krishna consciousness we are practicing. So something is there. That is a sign that yes, we will get to the ultimate point when we are completely free. Enjoyment is natural, and the bliss we're talking, it is natural. That is why nobody wants to die. That is why everybody is working towards that. Even though we don't really know it, but because it is natural, it is there. We are working towards it. Everybody wants to be happy and satisfied. Why? Because that is our nature. It's our nature. It's not artificial. Even though we don't know how to enjoy, but it's not artificial. That enjoyment is real. If it is not there, we will not fake it, we will not create it. Because it is there, that is why we're working towards it. We're trying to get it materially, which is not possible, but it's there through spirituality, a spiritual practice. By this process, it is there. It is there. So, everybody wants it. All species of life want to be satisfied. Because that is the nature of the soul. So it is real. That's true. So that's question
regarding the niscayad principle, you were explaining that we should trust Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is very much evident from the books of Srila Prabhupada, the position of Lord Krishna with respect to everyone. But at times it happens that while preaching or while dealing with certain people, and we get, because in India, in other parts of the world, there are many demigod worshippers or worshipping Lord, right? So it at times happens that we get to know about some pastime in which a particular demigod like Lord Shiva is, seems to be at a higher position than Lord Vishnu or something. So although we try to explain them that the nature of the Purana is that they are in other modes, they are focusing on a particular person. But it at times hurts our faith also, and it puts us into a illusion sometimes that how is this happening?
Should not be disturbed. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he worshipped Ishvara Puri. Did you see that? We didn't see that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worshipped Ishvara Puri, his Krishna master. Cook for him, Krishna, the Supreme Lord is cooking for his servant. Dhira. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cooked for Ishvara Puri. After feeding him, he massaged his body. Massage his body, put him to rest, massage his body. We didn't see that. That's not the problem. When he did that to Shiva, then it becomes a problem. Oh, I worship Shiva. You understand? Shiva is not the first person he did that. The first personality was Lord Krishna and Shiva. Lord Krishna did. Many personalities. I don't mention Israel Puri. Right? Krishna is washing Arjuna's horses for 18 days in Kurukshetra. Washing, bathing Arjuna's horses for 18 days in Kurukshetra. Nobody saw that. That is not an issue. It's not an issue. Arjuna is Krishna. It's a living entity. Krishna washes his chariot, drove his chariot, the horses and his chariot. Krishna did that 18 days. Krishna did. Not only that, Lord Shiva is Lord Vishnu who has direct contact with Maya. Lord Shiva is Lord Vishnu who has direct contact with Maya. Therefore, he is less than Vishnu who has no contact with Maya. That's the difference. You understand? Because he is the husband of Durga, is Maya. Krishna does not have direct contact with Durga. The form of Krishna that has direct contact with Durga is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a glance of Vishnu, means he is Vishnu. Vishnu's glance is Vishnu, but he has contact, direct contact, his husband of Durga, so he's less than Vishnu, but not Jiva. You understand? He's not Jiva, and at the same time not completely Vishnu, although he is Vishnu glance. That is Lord Shiva's position. So, services of Vishnu that he doesn't want to do, he will give it to Shiva. And it's only Shiva he can do that. He didn't give to Brahma, he gave only to Shiva. Because Shiva is next to him, Vishnu. Next to Vishnu is Shiva. That is his position. He's superior to Brahma. He can create unlimited Brahmas and other persons and universes. Shiva had that power. And this is his position. But he's not completely Vishnu. And Brahma himself, he gave the description. Milk and yogurt. And yogurt is not different from milk. Is it not? Because the yogurt is coming from milk. But the yogurt cannot act as milk. That's the difference. Yogurt can act as milk. Milk can act as milk can also act as yogurt. But yogurt cannot act as milk. So that is the position of Vishnu and Shiva. Vishnu is milk. And Shiva is yogurt. So when Lord Vishnu want to designate some of his services that he's supposed to do, he will give to Lord Shiva to do that. And when Lord Shiva does that, Krishna is very, very pleased with him. And he promised to reciprocate. He will worship him. That is his promise, to show his appreciation for Lord Shiva. For example, the churning the ocean, the poison came. Lord Vishnu was there. Lord Vishnu was there. Correctly. But he asked Lord Shiva to do it. Lord Shiva took it. And you see, everything on Lord Shiva's body, everything on Lord Shiva's body, it is authorized. Krishna asked him to do that. Do not Shiva himself, who desired to be like that. Lord Krishna asked him to do that service. Because there were some demons who worship Lord Vishnu. Demons generally don't worship Vishnu. They worship different demigods. But there were some demons who worship Lord Vishnu. And Vishnu became situated in their heart. That is normal. And they started disturbing the whole universe, which was the intention of their worshipping Vishnu. And worshipping Vishnu to go back to Godhead. They were worshipping Vishnu to get power so they can disturb it. So they became very powerful. And demigods were very, very disturbed what to do with them because they cannot kill them. They don't have power to kill them. But Vishnu is fully manifested in their heart. So when a demigod approached Lord Vishnu and reported the situation, so Lord Vishnu told Lord Shiva, I want you to do some service. So Shiva agreed. Yeah. The devotee is very happy under the service. So the opportunity for service. The devotee is very happy. So Lord Shiva says, yes, give me the service. Lord Vishnu said, I want you to construct a dark philosophy and the scripture against me. Lord Shiva said, how can I do that? I cannot say that, I cannot do that. But Lord Vishnu said, no, it's a service I want you to do. Because there are some demons who have worshipped me and in their heart. So I want you to do this service because that is how I will get out of their heart. So Lord Shiva accepted this service. He put the horizontal mark on his face. He wearing assist on his body. He wearing the skin. All these things are told to him by Lord Vishnu. And then he incarnated as Sankaracharya with 𝐒𝐤𝐴𝐵𝐴. This and the philosophy and Krishna is not a person. It's a very dangerous philosophy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said anyone who hears it will lose our Krishna consciousness. Because that was the empowerment Krishna gave to it. Anyone who hears this philosophy, I will disappear from my person's heart. So, Lord Shiva agreed to do the service. And Shiva said, but how will I protect myself when I do this service? How will I protect myself? Lord Vishnu expanded on his neck, that is Sankashan, the snake, Shiva's neck. That is what Lord Shiva worship, Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Parvati and Shiva, they worship Lord Nityananda. This expansion of Sankashan. So, that is a protection for Shiva. And therefore he incarnated as Sankashan. To preach this dark philosophy, very dangerous philosophy. And as soon as this demon, they had that philosophy, Krishna disappeared. So to hear those philosophy is very, very dangerous. And Lord Shiva did that simply because Krishna wanted it. So he told him, I will appreciate it by worshiping you. And he did. That's a promise. And he did. He worshiped. That is his promise. He did. And other personalities as well. Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, they did. They worship their devotees in appreciation for their wonderful service. So, the key is the nectar of instruction. Key.